Hi, I'm Will Bangura, certified canine behaviorist. Look, electronic collars work by creating discomfort or pain for the dog. Here's the easiest lie detector test for an e-collar trainer. If it's just a tap, if it's just a tingle, if it's just communication, if it's just getting their attention, if it's just a tactile cue, why do you turn it up when the dog is distracted? Dog sees a rabbit. Your level 10 communication suddenly fails, so you crank it up higher. Why? Because you're trying to make the stimulation more uncomfortable than chasing the rabbit is rewarding. That's not communication. That's coercion with better branding. E-collar trainers are either clueless about the most basic learning theory on earth, or they're straight up gaslighting pet parents. You pick one. Because operant conditioning is not an opinion. It's been accepted science for almost 100 years now. There are 4 quadrants, not 5. There's no communication quadrant. There's no tap quadrant. There's no tingle quadrant. That's marketing. Here's the framework, since so many people pretend that this is complicated. Reinforcement makes behavior increase. Punishment makes behavior decrease. Positive means you add something. Negative means you remove something. Now, watch how fast the e-collar fantasy collapses. An e-collar delivers electrical stimulation. If it changes behavior, it's aversive, period. It's not spitting out cookies, because neutral sensations do not motivate behavior change. Aversives do. So when you press the button and the dog stops doing something, that's positive punishment. You added something unpleasant to suppress the behavior. And when you press the button and the dog complies so that the stimulation turns off, that's negative reinforcement. Pressure on, the dog complies with behavior. Pressure off, the dog is working to make discomfort stop. And yes, even at low levels, it has to be unpleasant enough to matter, or it would not work. And then comes the scammy part. You teach with negative reinforcement, then when the dog finally complies, you stop the stimulation, you say, yes, and toss some food. And then you announce, see, it's positive reinforcement. No, food after compliance does not change the quadrant that produced the behavior. If the dog sat to turn off stimulation, that behavior was installed with negative reinforcement, not positive reinforcement. Relief was the reinforcer. Food's just an after party. So let's stop the baby talk. Tap is not a training term. Tingle is not a quadrant. Communication is not a mechanism of action. Call it what it is: negative reinforcement, positive punishment, aversive control. And if you're an e-collar trainer with even a shred of integrity, say this sentence out loud publicly without flinching. My e-collar training works because the dog is trying to stop or avoid an aversive stimulus. If you cannot say that, you're not educating, you're selling. Now, comments are open. E-collar trainers, tell me which one you are: confused or dishonest? Comment down below.
Are you a reward-based trainer, or are you a pressure trainer, right? And balanced trainer idea, this idea people are throwing around, balanced trainer, that in general, there are very few really balanced trainers calling themselves balanced trainers. Balanced training has become a sort of euphemism for a pressure trainer that does 2 days of food work and then puts an e-collar on the dog, right?